In the month of November, 91 children have been reported missing in Missouri. 16% of those children are under the age of 13. Cedar Hill Elementary Principal Stacy Fick describes how the school teaches children to be safe in their neighborhoods.
On occasion, I'll have a situation that's brought to my attention by maybe a community member in the neighborhood, or maybe a teacher who sees a child walking home after school and they see something that seems unsafe. And so I'll usually call the parent and say, I'm going to have this conversation with your child. For example, the child seemed to really be dawdling on the way home. So that would create a need for me to just address it on an individual basis. But if you're talking about school-wide, I think that's probably an area of improvement for us. Unfortunately, until something bad happens, I don't know that we do a great job at talking with kids about, the dangers of strangers, and a perfect example of that would be here in Jefferson City when we had a few attempted child abductions. I think that brought more awareness to it, and it created kind of an urgency in schools to really talk to kids about how to be safe on their walk to and from school, or when they're walking in their neighborhood.
Cole County Sheriff John Wheeler explains what parents can do to keep their kids safe.
You need to know who your child's friends are. That's number one. You need to know who they are and who they're hanging with, and a little bit about their family too. I mean, you have to be realistic with this, and you're looking at what's best for your child. And sometimes some of the kids they're hanging around is not people that you want to be influencing your children. So you have to be leery of who they're hanging out with. At a young age, you should talk to them about strangers. Not all strangers are good, but as a child, kids need to understand that adults very rarely will come to a child and ask for assistance. They'll find another adult. So that should be a flag going up. So you need to talk to your kids about strangers and let them know it's okay to be rude to a stranger, not to the point where you scream at them, but just turn and walking away.
Wheeler wouldn't speak on specifics of the Gray case, but elaborates on what the community can do to protect children.
I won't speak specifically to that case because it's still an ongoing investigation. But I will say, something that law enforcement says all the time: if you see something, you need to say something. We have child hotline calls. We have a child hotline number out there. It's a state number, completely anonymous. If you feel like somebody's in danger, then call that number. If you see something as a citizen, as a good citizen, then you need to say something.
The community bands together in light of this year's 3 prominent cases of possible attempted child abductions in the Jefferson City area. The most recent resulted in the death of a 4-year-old boy. Sheriff Wheeler encourages the use of the Crime Stopper app. Reporting for Nicholls Student News, I'm Caitlin Mulcahy with videographer Brendan Bearhorst.